In the restaurant business, you need to do things that are a little bit different to make sure that people return. So you need repeat business to be successful in the restaurant business.
Welcome to Unstoppable Podcast with Harry Sardinas, inspiring conversations with influential millionaires, investors, thought leaders, entrepreneurs who are making a massive difference with their innovative products and services, and sharing the challenges and wisdom of how they sold their first million.
So how you managed to connect the food from the Hawaiian and tell us some dishes that were popular with actually the culture of the people living there?
Well, the easy answer to that is research, doing good research and learning a lot about
And
the history.
preparation.
Right. So a big part of what we did was learning about our culture and our languages and the people who come here and all of that, besides the food and then the entertainment aspect of being able to connect with your people. So the easy answer is just research, know your stuff, and then deliver that information to your guests. Everyone was a guest. Nobody was a client. Nobody was a customer. They were all my guests.
Wow, that's amazing. And at the end of the day, Matthew, and does have something to see with how business is conducted today. That people are thinking that, well, I'm going to have a great business if I have marketing, if I have this, if I have that. But in my opinion, it's all about the experience. Whether when we do our workshops, for example, all over the world, we are always focusing in what is the experience that the audience is going to have. And we design that workshop, we design the training or the motivational speech or whatever we have been asked to do, based always in what type of experience we want the audience to have. And I think that this is how you get customer loyalty. That's another question. You share with me that the secret in the restaurant is not people to show up the first time. Is how to make them come back again. And you're right, 100%, because I remember from my restaurant, to get in and feel what I remember was easy. I remember that I used to have a Spanish omelette, and then I cut it small pieces, and then in lunchtime I put it out there. People were walking past in Brick Lane. A lot of people walk. They were trying the Spanish omelette, and by the time that the omelette finished, at lunchtime, it was full the restaurant. That doesn't make a restaurant successful. It's a big space that you might cover your costs, but again, the elements how the clients repeat and the volume and so on. So again, about the experience. So how you manage to get repeating clients in your business, which is something I presume really difficult, because people go on holiday and people like to go to different places. You have to really like the place and like the experience so much in order to come back. So how do you achieve retaining clients in your business, or was almost impossible?
That's a
Very
very
seasonal business also,
it's
right?
not the food tour business. Food tour business was all the time because people are coming to Hawaii all the time
All
throughout
the
the year.
time.
It's a big destination place for people.
hmm
But the thing that you brought up, which is very interesting to me, is that in the restaurant business, you need to do things that are a little bit different to make sure that people return. So you need repeat business to be successful in the restaurant business. In my food tour business, I would say 95%, if not more, of my guests were first-time customers, one-time
Absolutely.
customers, because people wouldn't be coming back to Hawaii all the time. So
Yeah,
almost everybody. So it was a different kind of
very difficult to
layout.
succeed in the business. Very difficult.
Right.
You can
So
get a
that,
recommendation for a friend, right? And you
yeah.
can tell your friends, okay, come and see Matthew. It's amazing. But again, it's a first and only time
Right. That's why
that you will
that's
see.
why the
Unlikely you
reviews
have
are,
repeating
yeah.
clients, right?
That
Unlikely.
That's why the reviews are so important to a business like that. The tourism reviews and all the various different websites that talk about where did you go, Harry, on your vacation? What did you do? And like you tell somebody and you write about it, and that's how they learn about it. So, business like mine, I was getting first-time, one-time people all the time
And
for our
one
business
chance
every
only.
single day. Right.
So Matthew, what
And
message do
so,
you have? Yeah, sorry, go
yeah.
ahead.
No, I was just going to say it's different. Every business is different. Some people are going to you'll turn a house, you'll sell a house to somebody one
Mhm.
time, but that's it. He's not going to come back
Exactly.
and buy again.
Exactly.
And so, and in restaurants, you need to have that person. Yeah, I want Harry, and every week or
Mm.
every month, come on in. So every business has a different kind of a strategy as to what they need for their
Even for the
customer
houses,
base.
it's easy. Even for the house, it's easy because you might have a property investor that they will buy several. But in
Right,
that one
right.
that you have so much, what's the secret then? How you got? Because if you can do it, everybody can do it. Yeah, we empower all the entrepreneurs here. That, but what you have done is something almost impossible. How you achieve thousands of positive reviews from one-time experience, what message do you have for people out there, from restaurants owner or for people that are doing guided tours? Because without these reviews as a big part of it, especially because it's only a one-off. And
Right.
so what is the secret to get thousands of positive reviews of a one-off services, which is very challenging?
You have to
Especially
just,
with food, it's very subjective. People like it, people
right.
don't like it. It's very, especially in a country you're on holiday, so it's very subjective. The whole thing. So how you achieve thousands of reviews anyway?
Well, here's the thing, Harry. In a tourism business, which is different than a restaurant business, you have to ask your guests for a little bit of help. And
Listen to your
you,
clients, right?
years and years down the line, people won't remember what they ate when they came out with me, but they'll remember they had a good time with me. And that
Absolutely.
is the key. You
The
want them to
experience.
leave and remember that experience that you were talking about. They won't know or remember the food, but they'll remember Matthew and they'll remember my team.
So Matthew, tell us about the books that you're writing. I think that they are amazing. What are they? I presume that about food and visiting places. So tell us a little bit more about your book and what's your favorite chapter?
My book is called The Ultimate Eater's Guide, Hawaii Edition. So it's for anybody
Wow.
who's going to be visiting Hawaii or for anybody who has a friend or a family member who's visiting here. So that's what that is. And if you're interested in that, you can go to my website, hawaiifoodtours.com, or you can listen to my podcast, 50 Tastes of Gray, and that's on YouTube. And, the book is wonderful for anybody who loves to eat. And I'm not going to give you recommendations that the tour guides in other places might do. So it's all, verified by a real chef who's been doing food tours for a long time.
Wow. That's what a treat. And tell us a little bit more about the podcast as well.
Uh, the
Who's
podcast is really
who?
where I'm really focusing my time on that now. The podcast is my social life, Harry,
It's a lot of fun.
because
Oh my God.
yeah, I don't have to work another job, so I'm happy doing my podcast. I get to speak to fascinating people from all over the world,
I agree
and
with
it
you.
really occupies my time to get to do this and then go into the editing suite and the studio and try to make it look nice. So there are all these different elements, but it's a creative endeavor and it's something that's
Again, for
very
you,
interesting
yeah.
to me. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
So it
you
just as long
you
as I could be creative.
yeah, you are a creator, Matthew. You see, you're saying like
Yeah.
me, I'm a creator. So the problem with us is that we don't stop to create. We're always creating. Yeah. My girlfriend is also creative. So you can imagine my house is always full of ideas all the time. Even for our team members that work for our company, we always tell them we need doers, creators, an idea. Don't worry about it.
Oh yeah.
We have thousands of the time. But again, the podcast is an amazing way of meeting amazing people and connecting with people and talk about what you're passionate about. This one, for example, is passionate about business and the entrepreneurs and the journey of the entrepreneurs. And what I like about you, Matthew, is that as a creator, you manage that it's very difficult, almost impossible, to have a creator with the same business for so many years. This I can tell you because I'm also a creator, and we get bored. So maybe you start with a restaurant, but after you get bored of the restaurant, then you start with the tours, and then eventually, because we are like that, we that's why I own several.
The term serial entrepreneur, Harry, that
Yeah,
people
that's for
talk
us.
about,
Yeah.
it's like, it's like, okay, I have another idea because I ran out of ideas before. Have to do something new now. So I want to be creative in figuring out what I'm going to do next.
Absolutely. It's a lot of fun though. Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
It can
Yeah,
be, but
financially rewarding, well, depends. Some business do very well. Another one, in my opinion,
right,
have
right.
been a big disaster. I still have a lot of fun. I can tell you, I never regret to have my restaurant, regardless that I took a big hit. The restaurant showed me the biggest lesson in my life, actually, because when I didn't make this work that day, I lost everything. I lost not everything, but I lost my girlfriend back on the day. I lost 200,000 pounds. I do have to. I closed the restaurant, which I put a lot of work into this, and I,
Oh,
I thought
yeah.
that I thought that I was unstoppable and I can make work anything. Well, this restaurant gave me a big lesson that I thought that I was a big deal in business, and this restaurant showed me that I was a nobody and that I was just a baby and I didn't have any clue
Oh,
what I
yeah.
was doing. So this
We
restaurant
learn our
slapped me in my
lessons.
face and bring my ego, which is back to the ground, and is the greatest lesson that I have, because I think the person that I become and how I see business and how I see people is completely different than I was doing back then. I think I got lucky that my first business out of luck, it was doing amazing, but it goes to make different business work and make them profitable in different industry and different sectors like I had is completely different challenge. But we cannot stop it. We had to do it, Matthew, because we are creators, and again, the creator never stop to create. This is who we are. It's a lot of fun though.
Well, we
Thing that we
characterize
do.
ourselves as creative types, but a lot of work goes into being creative.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, that's the other thing as well. It comes a lot of work to it because you have to start all over again. But I don't know. This is who we are, and we're happy being this way.
That's
So thank you so much for your time with us. These have been amazing. Yeah, I'm really glad to meet you. I think that you are amazing. And it's very difficult again to find successful creators out there when they are in business, because it's difficult to go venture and a new venture, and when you are in business, it's a lot of risk involved and finance. But I'm glad that you have an amazing career. So if somebody want to learn more about your book and about what you're doing, how people can find you, how this process work?
Well, they can go to my website. One of my websites is hawaiifoodtours.com. Another one is lovelife.com.
Oh, I love
And
that. That one is good. I
that's a
love
good
that
one.
one.
And so, yeah,
I
people can contact me through the website, so they can email me from there. There are contacts. They can listen to the show, 50 Tastes of Grey, on YouTube.
like the
And
title.
so, yeah, thank you.
Mhm, mhm.
So I'm very accessible, very easy to reach. If people are interested in becoming more healthy through diet, that's something I'm really
Mm.
interested in now, is
Great
helping people
topic.
with their
Great topic.
metabolic health and fighting
Yeah.
diabetes and
Mm-hmm.
fighting
Mm-hmm.
obesity and things like that, because that's
Mm-hmm.
something now, after living a life
Mm.
of excess for so many years, now I help people with their health
And you
whenever
can
I
have
can.
food that's amazing. Who's gonna
Right.
thought about this? And if you really be creative, something that helping me a lot is celery juice. You see, it's removing the fat from my liver, and since I'm having this celery juice, that the food would actually heal my internal body, and I'm getting a lot of juices as well from fruit and vegetables, and having a lot of fun with this, and if
Right.
you know what you're doing. So I invite everyone to our listeners, entrepreneur, to listen Matthew podcast. It's not only about being wealthy, it's also about being healthy and happy. And I think that Matthew tick our three boxes, because definitely is healthy because he's eating healthy food and inspiring other people to do it, and he's happy because he's a food lover. So I invite everyone to follow you to your podcast, and see you for everyone listening and following our social media. Thank you once again, Matthew, for the
Thank you,
podcast.
Harry. It was really
Pleasure.
nice meeting you.
Pleased to meet you. And for all of you following the broadcast, see you in our next episode of Unstoppable, how brave entrepreneurs like Mike to you break that wall and achieve the first million. Bye for now.
Follow us for more interviews with world's most influential, audacious entrepreneurs that overcame challenges and adversity, providing you with the blueprint of how they sold their first million so you can grow your business exponentially.